but okay, let me get you to extend your wrist there. Okay, and it's not happening with her. But if this is, I can't quite put this arm of the goniometer flat against her, what would be the problem of going like this? Passive insufficiency of the finger extensors, which we want to avoid, really. So there's other things I could do, like switch the goniometer around like this. All right, go ahead and bend. And then that's not a problem. Okay. Okay, so we do want to avoid, the wrist should be in what position? Neutral, not in extension or flexion.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So if you're doing the pinky then, would you leave it like that, or could you have it, could you sit it up like this, or? Okay.
Yes, you could do all kinds of things like that. So I could do this to measure.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. It's mine, actually.
Exactly.
All right. I see your hand. Okay. Some of you freaked out about the finger abduction because I didn't demonstrate it. It's pretty straightforward, though. All right, so I'm just lining up with the corresponding metacarpal and proximal phalanx. All right, now, tell me what you think about this. All right, so I'm lining up her in her resting position, and it's at like 5 degrees there. So what is that? How does that play into the measurement? So do I need to subtract like I did at the thumb? No. Why not?
Because you can start in 0.
Yeah, I could get it to 0 if I wanted to. So there is a 0 starting position. The thumb, that's not the case. When I'm measuring abduction and you line up the goniometer, you cannot get it at 0 degrees. That's why you have to do the subtraction here. But here, I mean, I could line it up and I could move her exactly into 0 degrees. So there's no need to subtract at the finger CMC, MCP abduction and abduction. And you don't have to worry that she's starting exactly in 0 degrees. I'm just worried about the end range because I know she can be in 0 degrees. All right, what about the middle finger? What am I measuring there? So how would I record this one? You could say abduction to the left, abduction to the right, or I could say lateral abduction versus medial abduction. Why do I call this lateral? It's from anatomical position. So, all right. Okay. When you're measuring, okay, what's this movement right here? This is CMC flexion right there. What you may find is this is where we have to subtract. So when I originally line up, all right, I'm about 16 degrees there. Will you do the movement, please? I'm actually crossing 0 and going to 5 degrees. So I know that's hard to see, but I started in 15 degrees on one side of the 0 and went to 5 degrees on the other side of the 0. So how many degrees of CMC flexion does she have? 20 degrees. All right, but that can be a little confusing, right? So you really have to get oriented to the goniometer and think, which way am I moving to work that out. Okay. And does anybody ever really measure range of motion of such little joints? In hand rehab, you'll see this type of thing, where you'll see actually there could be just 2 fingers that are very limited compared to the other 2 and this sort of thing. So this is done in hand rehab.